morning guitar classes, we are picking up with our alternating now of índice medio and pulgar that we were looking at exercise 6. We have so far just been using fingers I and M and then alternating with P. We saw that the notes with the stems going up are struck with the alternating of índice medio, and the notes with the stems going down were struck with pulgar or P. So we're going to go ahead and play through this exercise. I'm going to set my metronome at 60. I'm using this time my DAW for the metronome. And we're going to go ahead and play through that exercise 6 for our review. Okay, exercise 6. 1, 2, here it is. Oh, I have capo on. 1, 2, here it is. And so we should have noticed there that I and M were always doing apoyando or picado, the alternating rest stroke technique, and P was doing our free stroke technique. Now if we move on down to exercise 7, this is again just review for you. This is the concept of the dotted half note, a dot taking half the value of the note it is attached to, and then adding that back in. You remember that we were in our beginner guitar class, we turned that into a fraction to figure out the exact value of a dot, right? 1/2 x plus x equals the value of that note. So half note is 2, half of that is 1, so we add that 1 back into the 2. A dotted half note is worth 3, and that's how we're going to fill the whole measure with a single note in the time signature of 3/4. Now exercise 7 is just the alternating of these open strings, alternating between quarter notes, half notes, and eventually our dotted half note. So let's go ahead and play through exercise 7. 1, 2, 3. So you should have noticed all throughout that I had índice medio anular all attached to some kind of string, and pulgar was doing our free stroke. I'll play through exercise 7 again, paying attention now specifically to that technique, how the hand is positioned. 1, 2, 3. Now, in today's lesson, we are going to move to another exercise. We are going to do exercise 8. Exercise 8 is similar to exercise 6 in the sense that we are alternating between open strings, all of them, at some point throughout the exercise, with the exception of 2 and 3 that we'll see. This is mostly just keeping a melody up on that first string, open E string. But now, instead of starting with the apoyando technique, the picado on the higher strings, we're going to start with pulgar playing the bass notes. So we have bass note, melody note, bass note, melody note, bass note, melody note. Remember, when you see the stem going down, pulgar. When you see the stem going up, apoyando, picado, using índice medio. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set my metronome again for this one, and I'm going to play through exercise 8, watching that apoyando picado in the right hand with índice medio and free stroke with the thumb, pulgar. 2, here we go. Oh, let me get the other camera. 1, 2, here we go. So very similar to what we saw to exercise 6, just this time we had consistency on that first string and more alternating with pulgar in the bass notes. Feel free to rewind that part of the video and play along. I had the metronome set at 60 at that particular point. That should be a good starting point. And we'll continue these as we go.